By Jonathan Garratt, the 9th of November 2017, 4:04 p.m. Be honest, on a scale of 1 out of 10, how surprised were you when it was revealed that Prince Charles, who has campaigned passionately on a variety of environmental issues, allowed the Duchy of Cornwall to invest in a company called Sustainable Forestry Management Limited? Wouldn't it have made a far more interesting story if the Paradise Papers had revealed that the Duchy was putting its wealth into fracking and the increased exploitation of fossil fuels? While I can see that it might be wise for influential members of the royal family to declare their interests before stirring the pools of financial markets, I'm struggling to spot any inconsistency in the prince's behavior. The same could be said about Ladbrokes, who, according to reports from a recent BHA disciplinary hearing, gave trainer David Evans enhanced odds when he called to back a horse that he trained, called Black Dave, almost 3 years ago. Apparently, Evans was keen to nick a bit of extra value, before withdrawing another of his horses from the same race. He was rewarded with odds of 41 instead of 72, although it didn't make much difference as Black Dave eventually finished fourth. Evans stated, in response to questioning, that Ladbrokes only ever offered him enhanced odds on horses trained by himself. A spokesman for Ladbrokes Coral pointed out that the activity had predated the company's merger and denied that they were in the habit of enhancing odds for racehorse trainers. And yet, wouldn't it be an obvious way for bookmakers to obtain some fascinating information? Come to that, wouldn't we all like to know when trainers were backing their own horses and how much they were putting on? The bets could be declared openly, and, instead of the Paradise Papers, we could call it the trainer's tablet. My guess is that we'd soon discover that some trainers are incurable optimists, some are lousy judges, and a few are pretty shrewd. As a dedicated punter, I'm always on the lookout for decent information. At a recent business awards dinner, organized by the local Chamber of Commerce, I asked my neighbor whether I should buy shares in his organization. He looked a bit wary, and replied, "I don't give financial advice." Which wasn't quite the answer I'd expected from a manager of the Royal Bank of Scotland. Nevertheless, I admired the fact that the bank staff have obviously been instructed to keep their noses clean, and I've bought a few shares accordingly. Now, if you haven't read the length of this column in order to receive some quality information, then I'm a Dutchman. Which happens, almost to be the name of a promising hurdler and novice chaser trained until recently in the Borders by Sandy Thompson. The Dutchman is now trained in Dorset by Colin Tizard. I saw him recently at the yard, when the trainer mentioned he'd recently benefited from a wind operation. I think he was talking about the horse. He didn't say whether he was going to back him at 141 with Paddy Power in Haydock staying hurdle on November 25th. This weekend, our selection is Rashi in the 3:45 p.m. at Kelso.